And hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Yes, You Can Have It All Summit. I am your host, Nancy Matthews, and I am here today with one of our members, an extraordinary woman who is on a mission to make sure that as we're going for it all, we get to keep it all and protect ourselves. So welcome today, Miss Pat Price.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm so happy to be here chatting with you.
Me too, because the service that you provide is really vital, and I don't think enough people pay attention to as they're going for it all having it all. What happens if you get sick or hurt? I mean, most people know you want to get life insurance, but what about if you can't work? Or, I mean, that's the area that you're really helping people in, isn't that so?
Yes, disability insurance and other types of supplemental policies. We're not talking about the Medicare, the older people policies. We're talking about policies for all ages. So if somebody becomes injured or critically ill, if they have a low-cost policy with me, it will help them through the rough times financially. So all they have to do is worry about recovery, not stress out about income.
Yeah, and I know for sure there's like some crazy whopping statistic on the percentage of people that file bankruptcy. What is that?
66% of personal bankruptcies is because people did not have supplemental. They had medical insurance, but not supplemental policies.
Right, so they run up their credit cards to buy groceries and keep the lights on, pay the rent, pay the car payment.
Yes.
Because if you're hurt or sick, you can't make money.
Right, and another shocking statistics that the U.S. Department of Labor just came out with, that the American resident worker is 2/3 more likely to become disabled than die before age 67.
Whoa, wait a minute. So the average U.S. worker is more likely to get, 2/3 more likely to get disabled than die.
Before age 67.
Wow. Yes. And it's not something that we think about, when I look at the expenses of the budget and what I'm going to pay every month. I wonder if there's kind of this feeling of I'm invincible. I don't need that.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's so true. Even with my contemporaries, because I happen to have carried 3 or 4 different accident policies on myself, and they go, "Oh, you don't need that." But then when I fell off of a curb and I was hospitalized for 62 days, it didn't work for 7 months, and I did not touch my savings, my credit cards, or my retirement, they decided that maybe I was right about having enough coverage.
Yeah, very important. And by the way, for our viewers, a little bit about Pat is she's really committed to supporting people that when the unexpected happens, a check can be more welcomed than a get well card. I got it. Let's have a get well card stuffed with money. Pat has been in insurance since 1977, and she works directly with her clients and often becomes an extension of their HR department. So in that sense, you work with a lot of employers to bring this as a benefit, that their employees can take advantage of. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes. When I work with employers, the number one concern an employer has is attracting and retaining employees. And today, employees are looking for benefits as well as the amount of salary they will receive. When we use Section 125 of the IRS code and we pre-tax, we can save the employer 7.65% on the taxes of each employee premium for pre-taxing. The other benefit to them is if they want to follow the compliance with ACA or the Section 125, we provide that service at no charge.
Oh, it is. So you provide additional services to the employer?
Yes.
For that. Let's talk a little bit. Our audience, I would imagine, is a mix of people in companies that have employees. So you definitely want to reach out to Pat and see how this benefit will help you retain your employees. And let's also say it, yes, they want to come to a company that offers benefit availability. But for me as an employer, knowing that if somebody fell off the curb like you did, that they're taken care of. Like I would want to help them, but my budget and my company may not allow for it.
Well, one of the great things about these benefits is they're voluntary and there's zero cost to the employer other than doing a payroll deduction.
which is easy enough to set up for sure.
Yes.
What about the self-employed entrepreneur who doesn't have a company? Can they still get these benefits?
Yes, and they need them too. I mean, you're self-employed just as I am, and something happens where you can't work for 7 months or a year, the bills keep coming rolling in, but the income may not. So we have several companies that will allow us to do disability insurance and accident policies. I think everyone should have. Of course, I think that way because of my accident and what I've seen over the last 30, 40 years. We have also coverage for cancer and critical illness. I can cover almost every type of problem that an employer or employee would have.
Very good. And I'm curious, how did you pick this field? I mean, you've been in it for a long time. How did you come to be, not only come to be in this field, but also stay?
Interesting enough, I had been working for an employer for like 10 years, and I was very shy, and my voice would crack, and I wanted to make myself be visible because I felt invisible at the time. And I had been offered a job with Combined Insurance, W. Clement Stone, and I turned it down. And then I read a book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, and I went to sales school. And interesting enough, as I stuttered my way down the street, I became their #1 saleswoman in the United States.
For W. Clement Stone?
Yes, when I worked with him many years back.
Wow.
Yes.
Talk about icons in industry, and you got to be mentored, right, by him?
Yes, and then I also taught sales school for him on the PMA Positive Mental Attitude philosophy.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. See, I get to learn more things about everybody when we do these interviews. So cool. So this tells me a lot about you and your approach to life, because you do have a positive mental attitude.
Yes, but what I found out after years of doing this in claims and seeing the difference I made in people's lives, how they survive financially, it reminded me that when my mother passed away, I was 18 years old, and I had a toddler brother that I had to care for. We had no insurance, and I know the possibilities and the opportunities that we missed because of it.
Wow. So your personal experience with not having the financial, rescue when something tragic happens is really what we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
So I know you live in Florida, and our audience is all over the country. We even have some people in Canada and Jamaica who are joining in, and probably other countries that I don't even know yet. You're in Florida. Are you limited to be able to serve people in Florida, or if they, when they get in touch with you to get a quote for this, or can you serve all 50 states?
The way insurance works, if I have somebody from Canada or Jamaica, let's say at the unconference, because they're in the state of Florida, I can write them. Currently, I am licensed in 10 different states. However, if a company contacted me from one of the states that I'm not licensed in, it's easy enough to get a non-resident license.
Okay, good. And so you can take care of everybody in our community.
Yes, as long as you're in the United States.
or come to the unconference. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. So I know it's going to range, the question that I'm about to ask. How much does this cost? Is it $20 a month? Is it $200 a month? And how is the price determined?
Well, in the state of Florida, and like every other state, the state determines the price. So if you had 100 different agents, the price is exactly the same.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's no negotiating. The price is the price.
Okay.
I have products as low as probably $16 to $18 a month, and they can go as high as a person will want. It would depend upon the product that they wanted to take out, the coverage, and how many of different insurances they would want.
Okay, very good. And where I go to is, if the price is fixed, what determines who I'm going to do business with is I want somebody that was working with W. Clement Stone, who's been in the industry for a lot of years. I don't need to say a number.
Thank you.
And who, I feel comfortable and confident that you've got my back and you're going to give me what I need, not what you want to sell me. And that's the difference I know with you.
Right. That's the W. Clement Stone philosophy. You do the work, the money will come. You always look at need. You never look at commission.
That was really good. I bet you can teach us all kinds of stuff from W. Clement Stone.
I do. I do.
I love that. Yeah, you're like close to one of the masters of all time.
Well, I was very fortunate. Clem Stone, the son, was the president of when I was with Combined Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of, I guess, one-on-one confrontations, conversations or consultations with him about the philosophy and how his father grew up and how he survived with a single mother.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did, selling newspapers door to door, and then he decided he wanted to take care of other people, and he started Combined Insurance.
I love it. I love it. I think sometimes we have this preconceived notion of insurance, and yeah, we know we need it and we don't want to pay attention to it. And what you're causing me to feel today, by the way, is whatever it is that we're doing or we're going for, find a person that wants to serve you, and that's the perspective you come from.
Yes.
By helping people think about things that they may not want to think about or don't think they can afford. It's really important. If we're looking at having it all, this is part of the puzzle.
Yes, if you don't have coverage and something happens, you could lose everything that you've been working for.
Mm-hmm.
This can make the difference. I know when I had the injury that I had, people kept saying to me, how come you're always in such a good mood? How come you're happy? How come? And I said, it's because I have the coverage and I'm not touching my bank account. So I know that I'll be okay financially.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's go. Pat, thank you so much for sharing today and kind of letting me get to know you a little bit more. That was fun for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So do me a favor and give our audience your contact information, and then on the link below, there's a free gift, of course, from Pat. So describe the gift and then how they can get in touch with you.
The top 10 ways that you can attract and retain employees. And that's good for both the employer and the employee. It gives some insight. And it's on my website, which is benefitsbyprice.com.
Awesome. Perfect. And we're going to make it easy for you to click right underneath the video. And I believe you've inspired people today to take care of themselves so that they can have it all and keep it all, which is what we're right. Let's have it all and keep it all. What is your, can they reach out to you by phone or email if they'd like to schedule an appointment with you?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I will put my cell number down. It's 954-614-2900.
614-2900. So again, it's 954-614-2900. And the website is benefits with an S by Price, PRICE.com. Awesome. Thank you again for being here. Any final thoughts that you want to share?
I am looking forward to meeting a lot of wonderful people through this and helping people figure out what they need in their life.
Beautiful. That sounds perfect. So thank you, Pat, for being with us. Thank you to all of our viewers for joining us, for taking the time to protect yourself, having it all and keeping it all. So make sure you grab her link, reach out to Pat, and have a conversation with her to see how she can serve you in having it all. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back. Make sure you check your inbox. There's another 1 or 2 great interviews coming in this series. Bye, everybody. Bye, Pat.
Bye. Thank you.